All right, let's jump right in, shall we? Welcome to this explainer on Cancer compatibility. Today, we are taking a really structured and honestly fascinating look at how the nurturing crab connects, clashes, and ultimately grows with the rest of the zodiac. If you're a Cancer yourself, or if you love one, you already know that navigating relationships requires a serious understanding of some pretty deep emotional currents. So our goal today is to map those exact currents out for you.
You guys are literally known as the nurturing heart of the zodiac. As a Cancer, you absolutely lead with your heart. You've got this almost magical, intuitive ability to sense exactly what your partner needs, often before they even say a single word. But because you are so deeply emotional and fiercely protective, you desperately crave a sanctuary of deep emotional security in return. You don't just want a casual romance, right? You want a safe harbor.
So, here is our roadmap for today. 1. The heart of Cancer. 2. Cancer's best matches. 3. Tricky but workable pairings. 4. Challenging growth partners. And finally, number 5. Secrets to lasting love.
Let's start with part 1, the heart of Cancer, emotional security and intuition.
The core dynamic here really hinges on one foundational rule. You flourish in spaces where your intense loyalty is matched with a steady, continuous stream of affection, rather than just getting it in a series of little doses. Occasional attention or, those sporadic, giant, grand gestures, they just won't cut it for you. You need to know that the emotional tap's always running. When we look at the whole zodiac, the 12 signs basically stack up into 3 distinct tiers for you. We've got your absolute best matches, the signs that just naturally speak your language. Then, your tricky but workable bonds that definitely require a bit more navigation. And lastly, your biggest challenges, the growth partners. Let's break these down one by one so you can see exactly why each sign lands where it does.
Moving into part 2, Cancer's best matches, your true sanctuaries of devotion.
First up in your top tier are your fellow water signs. We're talking Scorpio and Pisces. Now with Scorpio, it's often literally called a match made in heaven. They offer this incredible strength and intensity that actually makes you feel safe, while your devotion lets them open up their famously private world. And then we have Pisces. If you are looking for that ultimate, hopeless romantic, notebook kind of love, this is it. Your 2 imaginative souls speaking the exact same emotional language. It is a deeply, deeply romantic bond.
But wait, this top tier also includes Taurus and Leo. Taurus is an earth sign, and together you form one of the most harmonious pairings in the whole zodiac. You both just love cozy comfort, sensuality, and honestly, just chilling in your own peaceful sanctuary. Leo, on the flip side, brings this highly expressive, fun-loving fire energy. Now you might be thinking fire and water would clash, but you both value intense, deep loyalty. Leo's bright energy is actually the perfect antidote to your occasional mood swings.
Okay, part 3. Tricky but workable pairings. These are beautiful bonds, but they definitely require some balance. Enter the air signs, Gemini and Libra. These signs will bring so much laughter, romance, and total intellectual stimulation into your life. But there is a catch. You desire a defined, consistent connection. Gemini has this lively, flirtatious nature that really values freedom, which can easily trigger your need for reassurance. Libra is super romantic, sure, but they often give and receive love in doses. They really need alone time to recharge. To make this work, you have to openly communicate about your differing views on security versus freedom.
Now with Virgo, it's this really fascinating meeting of extreme emotional sensitivity and grounded practicality. You're seeking emotional stability, and Virgo steps up with incredible consistency by paying attention to all the little things. But the crucial perspective shift here is dealing with Virgo's highly critical nature. As a hypersensitive Cancer, you have to remember that when a Virgo offers a critique, they aren't attacking you. It's actually their unique way of showing love and trying to improve your shared life.
All right, on to part 4, the challenging growth partners. Get ready for the mountain of compromise.
So what happens when the nurturing crab meets the pioneering Aries? Well, you're bringing together 2 super powerful leader signs, but you lead in completely opposite ways. You lead with a protective heart. Aries leads with an incredibly direct, blunt intention. Your sensitive communication style is going to directly clash with their take-charge vibe. This pairing is exactly what our source material calls a mountain of compromise. You've got to figure out how to keep the fire burning without, burning the whole house down. And it's a very similar story with Sagittarius. The start of the relationship can be amazing, filled with exciting sparks, because you're so drawn to their optimistic, I-can-do-it-all energy.
But fundamentally, Sagittarius values logic, bluntness, and absolute freedom. That creates immense tension with your core need for emotional safety. To bridge the gap between your imaginative world and their logical, visionary one, both of you have to be willing to do some serious internal work.
Rounding out these growth partners, we've got Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn is actually your polar opposite on the Zodiac wheel. You share massive core values, loyalty, family, security, but the challenge is a potential massive clash of wills over who is actually in charge. And Aquarius, they are fiercely forward-thinking and unpredictable. They prioritize freedom way above the traditional consistency you crave. For that to work, you literally have to accept a highly unconventional approach to love.
Which brings us to Part 5, Secrets to Lasting Love, and really navigating the stars. So how do we actually make any of these pairings thrive? Our source material relies heavily on insights from Sunil Bugle. He's a Hellenistic astrologer and Reiki master who maps out these celestial blueprints. His analysis makes it crystal clear. Successful Cancer relationships aren't just about passively finding the right sign. They are fundamentally rooted in how you manage emotional connection, build trust, and your own willingness to grow.
According to the source, the real key to lasting stability comes down to 3 major steps. Step 1, develop solution-oriented communication. When you get hurt, you can't just retreat into your crab shell, right? Step 2, balance your independent life with your romantic one so you don't fall into codependency. And step 3, always lead with compassion during those inevitable disconnects.
This brings us to a pretty crucial question. I know a lot of you are probably wondering this right now. Are you just totally doomed if you happen to fall for a growth partner like an Aries or an Aquarius? Can Cancer truly build a successful relationship with any sign out there?
Well, the absolute great news from our source material is a resounding yes. Any match, even the ones that demand that huge mountain of compromise, can absolutely succeed. It just takes mutual effort, profound patience, and a genuine willingness from both sides to deeply understand each other's emotional landscape. You're definitely not locked out of love just because the signs point to a challenge.
Which leaves us with this final thought to chew on today. When it comes to the complex, beautiful, nurturing heart of a Cancer, are our romantic destinies strictly bound by the stars? Or is our daily willingness to grow, to communicate, and to conquer that mountain of compromise the actual secret to lasting love? I really hope this explainer gave you some amazing, structured clarity for your own relationships. Thanks for hanging out and learning with us today.